Welcome to this masterclass. By now you've heard the buzzwords: artificial intelligence, digital assets, and automation. They're everywhere. But we aren't just looking at a few new apps or tokens. We are witnessing a total transformation of the global financial architecture. But here's the real question most people still haven't answered. What do you actually do with this information? Most are just observing. Because awareness without action doesn't change your position. In a shifting economy, your position is your only real security. In this 14-minute deep dive, we're moving past the hype. We're moving past the short-term predictions that expire in a week. We're breaking down a clear, structured way to think about preparing for the 2030 digital economy. Step by step, starting now. Section 1. Understand the direction, not the noise. This is the filter that separates the winners from the crowd. The first step is simple, but most people skip it because they are addicted to the now. You must focus on direction. Noise is daily price movements. It's trending headlines designed to provoke an emotional reaction. It's temporary and hollow. Direction, however, is structural. It is where systems are going. It is what technologies are being integrated into our global DNA. It's about the fundamental problems being solved at scale. For example, automation is increasing because efficiency demands it. Digital systems are expanding because the physical world is too slow. Real-time infrastructure is improving every single day. These are the directional signals. Direction matters more than short-term fluctuations. When you find the signal, the noise vanishes. Take the energy sector. We aren't just adding solar panels. We're witnessing the total digitization of the global power grid. AI and digital settlement require immense, reliable power. The modernization of the grid is a directional signal for everything else. The movement toward instant cashless ledger technology is a one-way street. The friction of the old system is being removed. Your job is to identify these patterns before the crowd. Don't look at what people are buying, look at how they are living. Section 2, learn the core systems. You don't need to be a technical expert, but you must be system literate. You don't need to be a coder. You don't need a PhD, but you do need to understand the machines that are moving the money. At its core, artificial intelligence is about decision automation. It is the brain of the new economy, scaling logic at light speed. This intelligence runs on data and compute. The scale of this processing is beyond human comprehension, and it's growing. Then there's blockchain. Stop thinking about it as crypto. Think about it as the trust protocol for the entire internet. It allows for the instant movement and settlement of value without the need for ancient intermediaries. It's the trust layer. Digital identity is the key to access. Your digital footprint is becoming your passport, your bank account, and your signature. Understanding how your identity is verified and protected is a survival skill. It's about knowing who controls your data. And finally, automation. This is the replacement of workflows. Any repetitive task will be handled by a system, not a person. The real magic happens when these systems merge. AI triggers a blockchain settlement which is verified by a digital ID. They aren't operating in silos. They are converging into a single high-velocity system. That is where you must position yourself. Conceptual clarity gives you the confidence to navigate the unknown. You aren't afraid because you understand the mechanics. Section 3. Follow infrastructure, not hype. Invest your time and capital where the foundations are solid. One of the biggest mistakes is focusing only on the shiny objects, the trends that the masses obsess over on social media. True value is an iceberg. The surface is noise. The massive foundation underneath is the infrastructure everything depends on. Stop asking what's trending. Start asking what is being built, who is laying the tracks for the next decade. Look for the development, look for the integrations, look for the protocols that are solving real-world global problems. Infrastructure is slower to understand. It isn't exciting to the crowd, but it is infinitely more powerful over time. Think back to the railroads. The people who owned the tracks owned the movement of everything. It's no different today. Or the early internet. The people who built the servers and protocols owned the digital future. We are in a similar moment. Today, the tracks are digital protocols and AI frameworks. They aren't physical, but they carry the entire world's value. These protocols are being integrated into global trade and finance right now. This is the new foundation of the economy. Building a new world takes time. Don't be discouraged by the slow pace of structural change. Its permanence is the reward. Section 4. Build relevant skills. Positioning is about your capability to provide value in the new system. You can't use yesterday's tools for tomorrow's economy. As the systems evolve, your internal hardware must evolve too. It starts with digital literacy, deeply understanding how to use the new tools of the digital economy effectively. Learn to work with AI-assisted workflows. AI isn't here to replace you, it's here to augment your output and potential. Develop the skill of systems analysis. Learn to see the logic and the patterns in the data before the rest of the world. Then there's communication, the ability to take these complex digital ideas and explain them clearly to others. In a world of overwhelming noise, clarity is a superpower. Those who provide it will naturally rise to leadership. You don't need to master every single tool, but you do need to stay adaptable. Adaptability is your greatest asset. The goal is to become a lifelong learner. The faster the world changes, the faster you must be willing to update your knowledge. Never forget the human element. Ethics, empathy, and high-level judgment are things AI cannot replicate. Use them. Understanding the ethical implications of these technologies will be a key differentiator for the leaders of 2030. Section 5. Think in systems, not events. Strategic thinking requires looking at the clock, not the second hand. Most people think in events. They ask, what's happening today? This keeps them in a perpetual reactive state. But events are just the visible ripples. Every event is a single node in a larger causal system of structural change. Strategic thinkers think in systems. They ask, how do these events connect? What is the long-term structure being built? When you think in systems, you stop chasing every market movement. You start understanding the underlying mechanics of change. You'll begin to see that most daily news is just noise. The real story is the steady, unstoppable evolution of the system itself. This systemic view gives you a much longer horizon. It allows you to position yourself for years, not days or weeks. Take XRP as an example. It's not just a digital asset, it's a critical piece of infrastructure for a new global settlement system. By looking at it as part of a global system, you understand its role and its immense potential much more clearly. Section 6. Position early, adjust as you go. Perfection is the enemy. Choose action over certainty. Positioning doesn't mean being perfect. It means being early enough to observe and adapt as the system matures. You plant the seed early so you have the time to nurture it and adjust your strategy as the environment changes. You don't need full certainty. In fact, full certainty often comes too late. You need high awareness and extreme flexibility. The digital economy is not static. It flows. Your strategy must be like water, firm in its direction but flexible in its path. So the goal is simple. Get close to the direction, stay informed, and most importantly, adjust as new data arrives. Positioning is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process of adjustment and refinement based on reality. This is how positioning works in the real world. You start with an informed hypothesis and refine it every single day. You build the path as you walk it. Each stone laid gives you a better view of the horizon ahead. Don't wait for the road to be paved. Section 7. Manage risk intelligently. In any transition, risk is simply the price of admission for opportunity. Every opportunity comes with risk, but risk is not something to hide from. It's something to understand, measure, and manage. In emerging systems, uncertainty is high, but so is the potential. The goal is to maximize your potential while mitigating downside. The key is balance. Avoid extremes, avoid overexposure to any single outcome. Diversify your thinking and your assets. Diversification isn't just about money, it's about knowledge and skills. Don't put all your chips on a single trend or person. Avoid decisions based purely on emotion, fear of missing out, or fear of loss. Focus on structured, strategic thinking. Long-term positioning is built on consistency. A steady hand and a clear mind are your best defenses against market volatility. Look at risk over a long horizon. What seems risky today might be the safest position to be in 10 years from now. Time is a filter. The more you understand the system, the less risky it becomes. Knowledge is the ultimate risk mitigation tool in a dark forest. Section 8. Filter information properly. In a world of digital abundance, your filter is your edge. Protect your inputs. Information is everywhere, but not all of it is useful. In fact, most of it is designed specifically to distract you from the truth. Some of it is noise. Some of it is bias. Some of it is simply incomplete data. You must develop an unbreakable internal filter. Ask yourself, is this information structural or surface level? Is it based on hard data or just someone's loud opinion? Does this help me understand the system or is it just making me react? Learn to separate the signal from the static prism of noise. Better inputs lead to better decisions. If you want a better life, you need to ruthlessly curate a better information environment. Be ruthless with your attention. Stop following the noise and start following the actual builders and the strategic thinkers. Verify your sources. In the 2030 economy, the ability to discern truth from fabrication will be a vital, high-value skill. Look for the incentives. Why is this information being shared? Understanding the why helps you filter the what with precision. Section 9. Play the long game. Systemic shifts take time. Those who are impatient will fund those who are patient. Positioning for a system-level shift is not a short-term game. It's about where you stand in 2030, not next Tuesday. The people who benefit most from major transitions are those who stay consistent, stay informed, and stay patient through the valley. Systems don't change overnight. They build momentum silently over years. When they finally flip, it happens all at once. Think of it like a river carving a canyon. It looks slow day to day, but the final transformation is total and undeniable. Don't chase trends. Position yourself in the structural path of the system. Let the momentum of history carry you forward. When the system finally shifts, you want your sails already up. You want to be moving with the change, never against it. 10 years from now, you'll either be glad you started today or you'll wish you had. The choice is yours, right now. The 2030 digital economy is being built right now. Every decision you make today is a vote for your future position. Section 10, Summary and Takeaways. Let's recap what we've learned in this masterclass for maximum impact. So here's the final takeaway. You don't need to predict everything. You just need to understand the structural direction. Understand the direction, learn the core systems, follow the infrastructure, and build the relevant skills for 2030. Think in systems, not events. Position early and stay flexible enough to adjust as you go. Manage your risk with logic. And most importantly, filter your information ruthlessly. Play the long game. The future builds step by step, not in a day. The digital economy is not something that just arrives one day. It's something that we are building every single day. The earlier you understand it, the more time you have to adapt and prosper. Don't wait for certainty. Start building today. What is the one thing you will do today to change your position for 2030? Remember, knowledge is useless without action. Write it down, commit to it, and start building your capability. The transition to the 2030 economy has already begun. If you want deeper, structured breakdowns of XRP, AI, and the digital economy, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Share this masterclass with someone who needs to hear this. Let's build a global community of strategic thinkers. If you want a complete framework for positioning yourself before 2030, I put everything together for you in one place. This book, Mastering XRP, AI, and the Digital Economy Before 2030, was written as your complete survival guide. It covers the systems, the infrastructure, and the specific mindset you need to thrive in the coming digital decade. It is available right now on Amazon. You can find the direct link in the description below this video. Get your copy today. The future doesn't have to be scary if you're prepared. You have the tools, you have the knowledge. Now take strategic action. Because in every major shift, those who prepare early don't just react to change, they move with it and lead it. Thank you for your time and your attention. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strategic.